Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. Oh my gosh, I've wanted to try and review this fragrance for many years. I just have never gotten around to it. I'm just terrible. But we're here, we're going to do it anyway. So, happy Saturday, I hope you guys are having a nice weekend. Oh god, you actually probably won't be watching this on a Saturday, because I'm not uploading it then. Time is a funny thing. So this is Le Baiser du Dragon. I don't even know how do you pronounce dragon in French? Somebody please put me out of my misery. Anyway, it's the dragon's kiss. I'm always attracted to things that have dragon in the title. I've tried loads of Black Phoenix fragrances that have dragon in the title. The fact that it's an oriental and the notes, I've just wanted to try this for a very long time. And thankfully, to a lovely person called Forever Fragrant Kid, she sent me a parcel with it in. So, moi, thank you Tammy, this review is for you. I have to quickly say as well, it's one of those days where the sun is in and out behind the clouds, so it's probably going to completely mess up the lighting in this video, but tough. I have to just deal with it. I always have consistent problems trying to light my videos properly. So this is an Oriental Woody, it came out in 2003, long time ago, but still, I think it's quite highly regarded. I think it's got a really big fan base, and yeah, let me just tell you the notes. It's themed on the Dragon's Kiss, it's themed on mystical, it's themed on fantasy, it's themed on princesses and things like that, which is a very attractive genre of things for me. That just sounds way fun. So anyway, the notes are, top notes, neroli, bitter almond, amaretto and gardenia. The heart notes are rose, cedar, jasmine, musk and iris. And then the base is caramel, dark chocolate, benzoin, patchouli, amber and vetiver. So I wore this out the other day, I've let it waft, I've let it do its kind of thing. It's dry on this hand, but I'm going to spray it wet on this hand. And I'm going to give the rest of this sample to my friend Michelle, who I know is going to love this because she loves Cartier fragrances and she likes sweet fragrances. So, how does it smell? Let's go for it. So the opening for me was totally unexpected. I had this idea in my head of this being a really warm, spicy, deep, mysterious kind of fragrance. And the opening is very surprising. It's actually quite sharp. It's got quite a sharp and spiky opening. It's like you can feel some of the bass notes in the top, which threw me for such a loop. I was like, oh, what's going on here then? So the patchouli and the vetiver are doing this to this fragrance. They are really apparent in the top notes to me. And it's making me want to say that it's kind of got a little bit of a masculinity thing going on. It's a little bit dry, it's a little bit spiky, but you can feel that there's warmth underneath that's kind of waiting to pop out and say, hello! It's almost got like, I want to say syrupy almost feel, but a really sharp syrup. So you can feel there's sweetness in there, but the patchouli and vetiver aren't letting that happen. They're keeping it in this almost earthy, spiky kind of tone in the very top, and it's just really surprising. It feels like sharp syrup. Not what I expected at all. But let me tell you, it does actually get to a really cool place and it does kind of fit, I think, what I had in my head anyway. I guess this would be the most fitting part of the whole dragon-y thing. I guess if you're thinking of dragons or a kiss by a dragon, mainly it would just burn your friggin' face off. But this is the part that fits. I guess patchouli, vetiver, a little bit smoky, a little bit earthy, a little bit aggressive. I did think that this fragrance was going to be a lot more aggressive than it is, but it actually turns into a very beautiful one. But at the beginning, that's where I get the main, I guess what they were going for. There's a sweetness in here. I don't know, dragons aren't sweet, not in the slightest, but I can feel the kind of, the angry bit they were going for with this rough vetiver in the beginning. So when this starts to develop and change and take us down a road, this is where you start to really feel this almondy, amaretto type feel come out. The spikiness kind of backs off a little bit, and then where it really starts to go is where I think it's supposed to be anyway. It does morph, a very, very large amount of morphage going on with this fragrance. So we go to a much sweeter place. It's really nice to have a fragrance that is sweet, but not just from the run-of-the-mill vanilla. It's an amaretto, almondy type sweetness, and there's a powderiness that comes from it as well. So it's got bitter almond and amaretto in it, so you know it's like a double whammy of almondness. And almond is quite powdery as well, so that's where it starts to go after that, and it starts to go really, really nice. Like, ooh, it's manageable. It doesn't ever go sickly sweet gourmand. It is very sweet, I'm not gonna lie, but it's never. I don't think it's overly sweet or anything like that. It's kind of like it's placed properly, and the fact that it's got dark chocolate in it as well, I guess that's keeping it away from being a vanilla-y, sweet, milky chocolate. So it's kind of cool. I really like it. The florals in here are kind of understated to me. I mean, you've got a couple of really big flowers in there. You've got jasmine and gardenia. Together, they normally create quite a petal bomb. But I don't necessarily think this really smells overly floral. This is more about the verging on deeper notes. So the warmer notes, like the amber and the almond and the benzoin and the patchouli and stuff like that. It's really nice. I really like the level that it's at in terms of it's not overwhelming in any way. I will say as well that when this is in the air, it's one of those ones that when it's in the air, it's a lot more well-rounded, and you can really feel the entire fragrance as one. It feels very kind of manageable, sweet in the air, and a little bit interesting where you're like, oh, it's sweet, but there is something going on in there that's not just sugar or vanilla. It's this almondy goodness. The dry down stage is really, really beautiful, and it's actually very subtle as well. I've applied it a few times, and I have to really, it's dry on this hand. It's been drying on this hand for about 3 or 4 hours, I think. Here is where I get tiny hint of caramel, but really it's just a kind of enveloping sweetness that is, it doesn't feel like anything is necessarily sticking out. It dries down to a really solid kind of base where you're just like, oh, that's nice. Kind of a little bit playful. I don't know, I really like it. In terms of it being an oriental woody, I feel like on the scale of aggressiveness that orientals can be, opium being the top, this is more like a playful oriental. It's not a really in-your-face one, which I had expected it to be actually, but I really like it. It's kind of, it's manageable like I said, and it's a more playful oriental. So don't be scared of the dragon name, don't be scared of the craziness in there. You know, you've got patchouli vetiver. That actually does peter out a little bit, and you are left with a very warm, sweet, almondy fragrance, and it's very, very nice. Anyway, that's my review. If you guys want to go and get this fragrance, it's available at notino.co.uk and .com. I will post links below. And my nose is really tickly today. I'll post links below, and yeah, that's it. I'm Click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Now, to fix this lighting.